The Mongol Empire, 1206 to 1368, was the largest contiguous land empire in history, founded by Gengiz Khan in the early 13th century. It spanned from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean, covering parts of modern-day China, Russia, the Middle East, Central Asia, and Eastern Europe. At its peak, it controlled over 33 million square kilometers, ruling over millions of people across diverse cultures and religions. The Mongols were initially nomadic tribes from the steppes of Central Asia, known for their horsemanship, military discipline, and adaptability. Through a combination of brutal warfare, strategic diplomacy, and efficient governance, they built an empire that reshaped global trade, politics, and cultural exchange. 1. Origins of the Mongols and Genghis Khan's rise. Early Mongol society. Before the empire, the Mongols lived in tribal confederations in the harsh grasslands of Mongolia. They relied on pastoralism, herding animals such as horses, sheep, and camels, and engaged in frequent tribal warfare over resources. The Mongols had no central government, instead following clan-based leadership. Their lifestyle made them highly mobile warriors, skilled in archery and horseback riding, which later became key to their military success. Temujin becomes Genghis Khan. Temujin, later known as Genghis Khan, Chinggis Khan, was born in 1162 to a Mongol chieftain's family. After his father's assassination, he endured years of hardship, including captivity, betrayal, and exile. Through strategic alliances, ruthless tactics, and battlefield victories, he united the Mongol tribes. In 1206, he was proclaimed Genghis Khan, universal ruler, at a tribal council. This marked the birth of the Mongol Empire. 2. Mongol conquests and expansion. The conquest of China. Genghis Khan first targeted northern China, ruled by the Western Xia dynasty and later the Jin dynasty. By 1215, he had captured Zhongdu, modern-day Beijing. The Mongols used advanced siege weapons, psychological warfare, and brutal massacres to intimidate enemies. The conquest of southern China was completed by Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan's grandson, in 1279 with the defeat of the Song dynasty, establishing the Yuan dynasty. The invasion of the Khwarezmian Empire, Persia and Central Asia. In 1219, Genghis Khan turned westward, attacking the Khwarezmian Empire, modern-day Iran, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The Mongols destroyed Samarkand, Bukhara, and Nishapur, killing entire populations after the Khwarezmian Shah betrayed Mongol envoys. Europe and the Golden Horde. The Mongols pushed into Eastern Europe, defeating Russia, Poland, Hungary, and parts of the Balkans. Under Batu Khan, they established the Golden Horde, which ruled Russia for centuries, influencing its political development. The Middle East and the Ilkhanate. In 1258, Genghis Khan's grandson, Hulagu Khan, sacked Baghdad, ending the Abbasid Caliphate. The Mongols established the Ilkhanate, controlling Iran, Iraq, and parts of Anatolia. 3. Mongol military tactics and strategy. 1. Mobility and speed. Mongol warriors were expert horsemen, capable of riding 100 miles per day. Their armies were highly mobile, attacking swiftly and unpredictably. 2. Psychological warfare. The Mongols often spread terror by massacring entire cities that resisted, while sparing those who surrendered. This caused many cities to surrender without a fight. 3. Siege warfare. Though nomadic, the Mongols mastered siege warfare, using Chinese and Persian engineers to build catapults, trebuchets, and explosives. 4. Intelligence and diplomacy. The Mongols had an extensive spy network and gathered intelligence before attacking. They also used alliances and betrayal to weaken enemies. 4. Governance and administration. 1. The Pax Mongolica, Mongol peace. Despite their brutality in war, the Mongols established a period of peace and stability across Eurasia, known as the Pax Mongolica, 13th–14th centuries. This allowed for safe trade along the Silk Road, connecting China, the Middle East, and Europe. Marco Polo's travels to Kublai Khan's court happened during this period. 2. Religious tolerance. The Mongols ruled over diverse religions, including Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, and shamanism. They practiced religious tolerance, allowing different faiths to thrive under their rule. 3. The Yam postal system. The Mongols developed an efficient postal system, Yam, with relay stations across the empire. This improved communication and governance. 4. Taxation and trade. The Mongols encouraged trade and economic growth, reducing taxes for merchants and offering protection for traders like those on the Silk Road. 5. Decline and fall of the Mongol Empire. 1. Internal struggles and civil war. After Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his empire was divided among his sons and grandsons, forming 4 major Khanates: Yuan dynasty, China; Kublai Khan, Ilkhanate, Persia and Middle East; Hulagu Khan, Chagatai Khanate, Central Asia; Chagatai's descendants, Golden Horde, Russia and Eastern Europe; Batu Khan. By the 14th century, rivalries and internal conflicts weakened Mongol unity. 2. The fall of the Yuan dynasty. In 1368, the Chinese overthrew the Yuan dynasty, establishing the Ming dynasty. This marked the end of Mongol rule in China. 3. The decline of the Ilkhanate and Golden Horde. The Ilkhanate collapsed due to economic troubles and revolts, while the Golden Horde declined as Russian states, like Moscow, grew in power. 4. The last Mongol strongholds. By the 16th century, the Mongols had lost most of their territories. However, some Mongol-descended states, such as the Mughals in India, continued to influence world history. 6. The Mongol legacy. The Mongol Empire left a lasting impact on world history, influencing warfare, trade, and culture. 1. Global trade and cultural exchange. The Mongols connected East and West, spreading technologies like gunpowder, paper money, and the compass to Europe. 2. Military innovations. Their tactics influenced later armies, including the Ottoman Turks and the Russian Empire. 3. Political influence. The Mongols shaped the political structures of Russia, China, and the Middle East, with Mongol-inspired laws and governance styles. 4. Religious and ethnic tolerance. The Mongols encouraged cultural and religious diversity, influencing societies they ruled. The Mongol Empire was one of the most powerful and influential empire in history. It reshaped Eurasia through conquest, governance, trade, and cultural exchange. Though it eventually fragmented, its legacy remains in global trade networks, military strategies, and political institutions across the world.